who's the supreme Brahman from one perspective, who's the Paradevata, the Paramatma, the yogis are seeking in their meditation. He's also that. Supreme Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, right? And his expansions. He's so many avatars, incarnations, even the Vishnu Narayan of Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Narayan, this concept, Sitaram, and so many other avatars, incarnations, etc. Ete cha angsa kalak pungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Shayam. When Sutta Goswami, first thing, this Bhagavatam heard by him was what was spoken by Sukadev to Parikshit Maharaj, Sukartal, outside of Delhi. But later, Sutta Goswami speaking in Naimisaranya to the 60,000 sages. And when he mentions this part about all these different avatars, I believe it's Sanatana Goswami Prabhu says that he realizes they might think because Krishna and Balaram are buried in the list that Krishna is one of them. So he says, Ete changsa kalak pungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. But even though Krishna, he's always hidden in the middle, and that's also mysterious, in the middle position, the central conception of the infinite, always in the middle. Right? He's a Vaishya. He's not a Brahmin. He's not in the very, he's a Vaishya. Anyway, that's another, like a mysterious indicator of Krishna conception. Right? Krishna Jateka Kela Sarvatam Naralya Naravapu Tahara Swarup Gopa Vesh Venukar Navakishore Natabar Narali Lahoy Anurup. Guru Maharaj quotes Chandidas saying that the human, of all the forms, the human form, that's the highest. Okay. So, humanist, like if you read a Wikipedia entry on Chandidas, or Manapila will say, yeah, see, Chandidas, he was one of the first humanistic poets of Bengal, stressing that the human beings are in the highest position. Right? The Guru Maharaj is saying, what Chandidas is telling us in a mysterious way is they factor in his preference for the pastimes of Krishna as, charming. But really, he's a humanist. Whereas what Guru Maharaj is saying, what he's telling you, if you add this all up, human is the highest position, even higher than God. Right? That's special. Human, higher than God. But he's addicted to Krishna conception. So what does it tell you? To harmonize the two? It's telling you the aprakrita lila of Krishna, his human-like pastimes, those are the highest things. When God is playing like a human being. When the infinite is moving amongst the finite like he's one of them. That is extraordinary. We were in Italy near the town of Assisi. Saint Francis of Assisi. You've heard of him, right? Of course you have. Saint Francis, like San Francisco. Sahadev will tell you who Saint Francis. Come on, you know who Saint Francis of Assisi is, right? Brother, sun, sister, moon. Anybody? Franco Zaffarelli. Yeah, we know. Now we know. Yeah, that one, yeah. Well, what I mean to say is...
Recently, everybody's seen this movie.
Right, so then there's a scene where the Pope is in such grandeur, high up on the steps, two men are holding the crown over his head. It's like so big, you couldn't even wear it. Right? So big and heavy, a human being could... So they have two guys like holding it over his head. And Saint Francis gives his brother, sun, sister, moon soliloquy. Kind of like a new age version or something. And everyone's like, how dare you've insulted the Pope. There's that kind of collective gasp, but then the Pope come down and says, I used to be sincere when I was younger. God help me. Jesus, what happened? But so the idea is that generally God's so far, so removed, he's up so high, you can hardly see him. Right? But in Krishna conception, he comes down to seemingly the lowest position, and he's moving the infinite, the supreme reality is moving amongst the finite as if he's one of them. So, Sutta Goswami thinking, they might think, because like all avatars, when he comes here, he's coming through Vishnu. That's the way they do it, right? When they descend into this plane, he's also doing it. But maybe they'll think because of that, he's just one of them. Because his what's finite to Krishna, that's another mind-blowing thing, right? Guru Maharaj is always telling, he says, Mayam tatam idam sarvam jagara vyakti matstani. What's the other one? Ekang stena stito jagat. When Arjun's mind is blown, having seen the universal form, Krishna is basically saying to Arjuna, let me know when you've had enough of this. It's nothing that, what you think is great and infinite, that's atomic to me, it's nothing.